U.S. President Joe Biden will host the fourth in-person Quad Leaders Summit in his hometown, Wilmington, Delaware, on the 21st of September. The summit comes as Biden eyes his foreign policy legacy in his final months as a one-term president after dropping out of the 2024 U.S. election and effectively handing the Democratic Party nomination to his Vice President Kamala Harris. White House spokesperson said the president is looking forward to welcoming Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Prime Minister Kishida Fumio of Japan. The Quad Leaders Summit will focus on bolstering the strategic convergence on Indo-Pacific and delivering concrete benefits in health security, natural disaster response, maritime security, high-quality infrastructure, critical and emerging technologies, climate and clean energy and cybersecurity. The White House said that India will be hosting the next Quad Summit in 2025.
At the beginning of this administration, President Biden made the decision to take the Quad to the leader level, and next weekend, President Biden will host the fourth in-person Quad Leaders Summit in Wilmington, Delaware. The President looks forward to welcoming Prime Minister of Australia, Prime Minister of India, and the Prime Minister of Japan. This will be President Biden's first time hosting foreign leaders in Wilmington as president, a reflection of his deep personal relationships with each of the Quad leaders and the importance of the Quad to all of our countries.
Our correspondent Amritpal Singh now joins us from New Delhi for more on this. Amrit, we heard the White House spokesperson announcing a Quad summit in Biden's hometown in Delaware. In terms of venue, it will be the first time that Biden will be hosting foreign leaders there. Before we come to the substance, how should we see the choice of the venue?
Well, it is his hometown, and Wilmington is where he comes from in Delaware. And as he prepares to step down from office or demit office after his term expires, he's trying to burnish his legacy on foreign policy. And also, as you know, U.S. is in the midst of election. So, there is, though it's not stated, but it is, he would want to use it to send a political signaling that I wasn't weak on foreign policy, especially China has become a big issue. So a free and fair Indo-Pacific, and in the Indo-Pacific, if anybody is China, which is the aggressor. So there are various angles to it, and he would want to keep it from, so the choice of Delaware reflects. Also, he would want to give a personal angle to the relationship with the four leaders, as two of the leaders demit office, one President Biden and the other Fumio Kishida, as he also steps down and doesn't go in for a re-election come September 29th. So I think this is the messaging by choosing, by the choice of venue.
Fair enough. Also, the Quad Summit is being hosted by Biden a little over a month before he demits office. What does it say of the importance that all the four Quad leaders attach to the Quad as a whole in the Indo-Pacific?
Quad is an important forum, and is increasingly it's emerging as an important forum. Though they say they are not a security forum, but yes, maritime security, a free and fair Indo-Pacific is core at the core of the grouping. Now, they will, of course, discuss, other things like clean energy, developing disaster-resilient infrastructure, maritime security, and other things. But the core is to build a coalition or grouping of like-minded countries which ensure that this important region is free from dominance by any single player or any unilateral dominance. So that is at the core of this grouping. And I think President Biden, by calling this summit, and India was supposed to host it this year, but on President Biden's insistence that he would want to host it, remember he had hosted the first in-person meeting in 2021. The President Biden, by hosting it, is basically trying to put his weight behind it. And even if President Biden goes, it has become an institutional mechanism, so to speak, and has gathered its own steam. So the important theater of Indo-Pacific will remain a core for collaboration between these four countries.
We leave it at that. Amritpal Singh reporting from New Delhi.